Welcome to this walkthrough of the Magical Hours Tarot, a deck that invites you to step into the world where time bends and intuition speaks. Inspired by the liminal beauty of dusk, dawn, and the hours in between, this deck weaves together shadow and light, mystery and clarity. In the next few minutes, we'll explore each card, taking in the rich symbolism, evocative artwork, and the timeless energy that flows through the Major and Minor Arcana. Whether you're a seasoned reader or just beginning your tarot journey, the Magical Hours offers a unique lens through which to connect with your inner wisdom. So get comfy, settle in, and let's step into the magical hours together. Help me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. I've got a cup of tea. I'm home from work and I thought I'd come on and do another walkthrough video of the many decks that I was sent this month from the lovely Cheryl at Oneness Emporium. And yesterday I had the absolute pleasure of getting to meet Cheryl in real life. She was in the area for work and we met up at a pub and had a pub meal together and had a good old catch up and natter, and it was lovely. She also gave me a couple of new RWS decks to take a look at. That's for another video, and a larger seam ripper, which will be brilliant. So I've been upgraded from my my little one that she sent me originally a couple of years ago. But anyway, yeah, it was lovely to catch up with Cheryl. I've still got probably 2, 4, 6, 7 decks after this one still to go through. I'm trying to pace them every couple of days and mix them up with other videos so they're not all walkthrough videos. Cento I'll be doing on Saturday because I've got the creator of that deck, Michael J. Auger, joining us for Cuppa and Catch Up. And he'll be talking through the process, well, the inspiration for the deck, the process of creating the deck, etc. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. But for today's video, as you'll have heard from the intro, we're going to be looking at Magical Hours Tarot. Now, this is written by Cecilia Latari, and it's illustrated by Fabiana, I should say, Belmonte. And Fabiana is a digital artist, also and a photographer as well, from what I read up about her. A photographer, and if you like the kind of digital art, like using what's that program called? Oh gosh, it's gone. Isn't that always the case when you're trying to think of something and then it's gone? Photoshop, of course, Photoshop and things like that, and digital manipulation. Then you'll really enjoy this, because from the images that I have seen, and as I've only seen like what's on the back, and also checking out Fabiana's website and seeing her artwork, it is exquisite. It's absolutely beautiful. So the premise of Magical Hours Tarot is that, from what I understand, the suits are linked to particular times of the day, like dusk and nighttime and dawn and daytime. So it tracks the hours through the day, which is quite novel. And yeah, it looks ooh, whoops, gosh, that could have been worse, ended worse than it did. So on the back, it says a journey through time, space and dreams in search of the hidden magic of nature. In nature, time is dynamic and ever evolving. The light changes every hour, and with it the colours and subtle sensations that open our eyes to the magic of each moment. This unique deck follows the path of the sun and moon through the hours of the day and the night. By paying attention to these alchemical shifts, we discover the insights and messages available to us. Magical Hours Tarot includes 78 cards and a 128-page full-colour illustrated guidebook. This is produced by US Games, so I'm expecting good quality because they are quite renowned for their good card stock, their beautiful books and presentations. This is a clamshell magnetic box, keeps everything firmly in place, which, you know, quite just recently US Games have been doing those 2-part boxes with the design where you can pull them apart easily, but they feel, I don't know, these clamshell ones with the magnetic closures just feel a little bit more secure. I don't know why, but I really like them. They're one of my favourite design. We've got a little tuck box on the inside as well, so if you did want to take up space on a bookshelf with all this, you can have a little tuck box here to keep your cards in, or if you put them into a bag, sometimes they're nice to put the whole thing into a bag as well, just to keep the cards together so they don't move around. This is the guidebook. As you can see, we get a full colour thumbnail, a little bit bigger than a thumbnail really, and then it tells you the time of the day. Look, so for cups it's twilight, pentacles is midday, wands is dawn. Oh, look at that. Oh, you get a full page for the majors as well. Oh, it looks stunning. Oh, look at that magician card. Oh wow, I'm jumping ahead. And then night is our sword suit, and then you've got some spreads and things. So yeah, really nice. Oh, that book, as I did that, I got a waft of that new book smell. I could sit doing that in front of my nose all day. A little bit at the back about Cecilia and Fabiana. It's 128 pages. Yeah, and looks quite nice. Let's have a look at the content, see what you get. So you get about the magical hours, the structure of the deck, major, minor, before reading tarot cards, formulating a question, preparing your deck, spreads, and about the creators. So let's have a look at the structure. The deck consists of 78 cards, 22 major, so pretty standard, 40 minor and 16 courts. And the meanings are based on the Rider-Waite-Smith or RWS deck. I love that everybody refers to it as RWS now. It took long enough, didn't it? But we got there. Pixie gets her due. So it's pretty standard so far. The major arcana goes from 0, the Fool, to number 21, the World, to represent the journey of initiation, which does not end with the last card, but starts from it, progressing into a cyclical motion. And then, where are we? I want to read about the, this is exactly the cycle that the stars and the passing hours complete during our days. That's true, isn't it? Obviously, you know, life is cyclical. Day follows night, follows day, etc. The world spins around, rotates around the sun. So everything is cyclical. In this deck, the major arcana are dedicated to the anthropomorphic creatures, guardians of every temporal moment, capable of mixing magic and the everyday elements through the messages of magical plants. Minor arcana, we enter into the everyday realm. And then that is wands, dawn, and all plants associated with dawn. Pentacles, daytime, and all plants associated with daylight. Cups is twilight, all plants associated with. It's very plant heavy. I wasn't aware of that. Swords, deep night, and all plants associated with deep night. So it is plant heavy, but it's also brings in, as it said here, you know, beings as well, different beings. As you can see, it's not just about plants. Okay, so let's have a look. In fact, let's bring the camera down. Okay, so nice matte box, very silky. Here's our star card, which looks beautiful. Let's open the tuck box. It's not the easiest of tuck boxes. That doesn't fold down at all, so you've got to try and get them out. I mean, they'll come out okay like that. I probably won't use this anyway. I'll probably use the sturdy box to keep them in. They look a little bit larger than a standard deck. They are taller and wider than a standard US Games. So quite a nice large card size. They're not gilded or anything, but it is quite a thick deck. These are the backs, which are reversible. And they're glossy. They are really glossy. Would I prefer matte? Probably, but sometimes glossy decks suit the art style as well. It makes the images stand out a little bit more. But and as you can see, they're borderless on all sides. We do have the little bit here for the number and a panel at the bottom for the title. So let's begin. So here we have our four, and you can see it's very dreamy and surreal, isn't it? Quite whimsical as well. The art style, very otherworldly. I love this magician card. I think that is a beautiful image. Colour palette is nice. It's not too garish or bright. It does have kind of very atmospheric. Priestess, the Empress. This kind of reminds me of images that have been in other decks. Quite a few, you know, mystical. Was it Mystical Dream? Hierophant. These little creatures here. I mean, the decks do, the cards do feel nice in the hand. Even, like I said, they are glossy, but they're thick. They're really good quality. And I have big hands, so a deck this size doesn't bother me too much. Beautiful strength card. Oh, look at that hermit, all in white. This is interesting, this flower, but it's almost like an upright lamp. I've got one similar to that in design. And when you think of the hermit holding a lantern shining out light, but it's coming from this flower. The Wheel of Fortune. I mean, I know it says it follows an RWS, and it does in terms of, you know, justice being 11 rather than 8, etc. But it also does its own thing. It has its own unique interpretation, particularly when you're thinking of the symbolic choices and the art style. I mean, look at this. Isn't that a great death card? Temperance. Beautiful, almost like eagle wings, aren't they? The Devil. level. Pleased to see that there's a representation of diversity as well. I have found in the past that particularly with art that's had some digital enhancement, they can be very thin white women particularly, but I love that sun card. That's gorgeous. But we do have representation within the deck. I love the Judgment card as well. And our world. Okay, and then we have wands. I need to remember now what we said about the time of the day represented. I think wands is dawn. So we're going through the day. So the start of the day, dawn. Yeah, we do have this kind of half light, daybreak. Well, that's beautiful. Although it's quite unusual seeing a watery scene for wands. We have the lanterns here. Yeah, it's very dreamlike, this deck. Gives me the vibes of, I mean, it's whimsical as well, but it really does give me that sort of surreal, dreamy landscape. I love how the wands as well, they're not physical, they're all kind of like shards of light. There's the rising sun. Beautiful. That's a stunning card. Hello. And then as we move into Pentacles, we go now into daytime. The sun has risen. The Four holding the coins. That's interesting. Lots of water as well. And obviously we're getting sunflowers because the sunflower tracks the sun through its journey through the day, but very much a daytime plant as they refer to it. Look how the fox is coming out of the painting. Is that beautiful? It's life of its own, look, this energy. That's from the cover. Ten of Pentacles, we get little dogs. It's very female centric. That doesn't mean there aren't males in the deck, because there are, we've just seen that king, but it is very female centered. The pages and knights being female, etc. Oh wow, look at that King of Pentacles. Love it. And then as we go to Cups, we go to Twilight. I love the little fish in the cup there, which we usually see with the page. Jumping ahead, stop it. Yeah, so I think, what about at the beginning? I think the Magician's female. I suppose the Emperor technically could be male, Hierophant's female. I think most of the archetypes we associate historically with RWS have been replaced with females, with the exception of the kings and possibly the emperor. So if you're wanting to work with the divine feminine or be in touch with your feminine side, then this would be a good deck for that. Mystical Moments, I think that was the name of the deck I was trying to think of earlier. Actually sitting on the fish there. Yeah, and interesting, we've noticed that with the Pentacles, instead of having males as well, we tend to have this anthropomorphic beings. So, and then we go into the deep night. So we get the moon now. Oh, look at that. That demon in the 9. There's some incredible cards in this deck. Really has some standout cards. Love that too. Yeah, and this king, again, a anthropomorphic being. Okay, so I've picked out a few of my favourite cards, the ones that just really stand out to me and that I look at and thought, wow. Magician, I think that is a beautiful magician card. Love it. We also have our lovers here, and as I mentioned, not many males at all, and perhaps where you think it could be male, they then, you know, become half beast, but actually because they're wearing the same clothing, I would still see that as 2 females. Death, I love that. I love this creature that Death's riding here, but I love the wings, and I love this this sunset. Again, cyclical nature of death, life, death, etc. The Devil is just an epic card. I think that's brilliant. Love the sun card. Love this eye in the sun. I think this is just beautiful. Also really love Judgment. Love this depiction here, the Judgment card. I love that, again, a bit like the Hermit with the light being a flower, because this is kind of a deck that focuses on plants at different times of the day as well. We've got this trumpet is this beautiful flower, and then the tunnel here appearing that they're looking out of. 3 out of the 4 of the kings are anthropomorphic beings. This is my favourite. I think this is just, it's so pagan, but I love it. And I just love how huge he is compared to these 2 that are stood in front of him here. Just this huge monolithic beast. And I like this as well. Again, we do get a male depicted here as a demon while she sleeps. And then the only cards that have males in them, again, but with the exception of the King of Wands, the Emperor, I guess anthropomorphic, but maybe just wearing a headdress, or and then the fox here, and yeah, then we've got the King of Wands is the only kind of male depiction in the deck. So again, I only point that out as a male tarot reader, but that doesn't stop me using a deck at all. In fact, sometimes, you know, I like to work with female-centric energies. Decks that have female, you know, gets me to tap into, you know, my feminine side as well. So, but overall, really good production quality, beautiful artwork. If you like this type of artwork, then I think you'll love this, because I think it's done so well. I like the theme of the hours through the day. I think that's really clever. Not probably a deck I would buy if I was out shopping, just because this doesn't tend to be the artwork that I go for. But am I pleased to have it in my collection? I am, and I will give it a go and doing some readings with it and see how I get on with it. As always, if you want to get this deck, then there is a link to Oneness Emporium in the description, under kind of what I've wrote about the deck. And remember, if you use the code Hermits10, which is here at the bottom, then you will get 10% off at checkout as well for watching this video and for being a subscriber to the channel, which is something lovely that Cheryl does for us. All right, thanks for watching, everyone, and yeah, until the next one, go in peace, namaste, and blessed be.